multiple gacha game communities at the exact same time. Yay! Okay, now, obviously, I haven't played every gacha game out there, but there are a few that I've dabbled in and a few that I know quite a bit about. And some of those are Genshin Impact, Grand Blue Fantasy, Azer Lane, Vagrant Order, Princess Connect, and Pokemon Masters. Don't say it, Mim. Don't say it, Mim. Don't say it. EX. I have played more than these, but I don't want to make a super long video, so that's all you're getting from me. I'll be a good girl today and not say anything questionable in this video, so YouTube doesn't find me and slaughter me. I'm gonna start with the most popular from the list, Genshin Impact. 3D open world gacha, mind-blowing, blah blah blah. It is fun, but it has many downsides too. Like the fucking dialogue and story being so long. It's like it was written by college students trying to hit a word count. And the lack of a skip button makes it 10 times worse. Most gacha games have a story that waffles on a bit, but at least you can skip it in others. The character designs are awesome. Sometimes they can be a little over-designed though. The gameplay isn't something you can leave on auto and farm while doing other stuff, which would be good if the gameplay was actually complicated and required concentration. Outside of Abyss, if your characters have decent artifacts equipped, you'll just slaughter anything in the world with your brain on autopilot while you're daydreaming about, I don't know, licking an armpit. So not being able to auto the gameplay is annoying because it feels like your basic average gacha gameplay most of the time. And it's more of an active effort to farm character mats and stuff. The resin system is also another huge annoyance with the game. It sucks because things cost too much resin, you run out too quickly. It's more annoying than regular gacha stamina mechanics, because in other gachas you have more of it at least. The exploration aspect is always fun though. I personally am not a huge open world gamer, but to those who are, Genshin will probably appeal to them way more. And as a gacha addict, the pity system is pretty good. Although Genshin is more stingy than other gachas with giving out free pulls, the pity and getting a 4-star every 10 pull makes pulling fairly enjoyable. The teapot is also an equivalent to a gacha dorm, and I love the amount of creativity you can have with it. Also, there's not enough skins in the game. I'll put it at a C on my list. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite either. I wouldn't say it's bad though. I mean, it's super popular for a reason. Just not my type of game. Now, onto Azer Lane, the game of booba, thick thighs, Aza, fox girls. Well, you can tell what kind of game this is. Anyway, in this game, you don't have to worry about the gacha aspect. It's so easy to pull characters, but you have to worry about something else instead. Skins! That's its main source of revenue, and you can see why. Here are some of the more popular skins. Some skins even caused controversy on Twitter. Of course, Twitter of all places. You know, that's where the drama would start. Anyway, people were upset that Kashino's boobas were not accurate. Gameplay is slightly on the weaker side, even for a gacha. It's okay though, not the worst I've seen. At least you can auto it, and there's some skill involved when you manual it, I suppose. Azer Lane has cute little mini games and a little dorm. There's also PvP mode and guilds as well. The character designs beat Genshin Impact in my opinion. Well, not all of the designs, but a good chunk of them are really high quality. And I'm not just saying that because of certain assets. It does, however, only have waifus, which I personally don't have a problem with, but some people might not like that. I don't know, but it's my ranking. So, it's just a nice comfort game. Enjoyable, but I don't find the gear or build that fun. And events can get boring really quick. And unlike Genshin, the stamina system is never ending. I don't know, it's hard to run out of oil. I mean, for the casual, normal player. So I'll give it a V, straight in the middle. Now, a similar game to Azer Lane, minus some of the lewdness, would be Princess Connect. It shares many similarities like being waifu only, as well as having PvP, dorm, and guilds. I used to play this on the global app, but it was shut down. Rest in peace. It's still alive on the GP version though. Anyway, this has my favorite user interface of all gachas. User interface, sorry. The art style is consistent, unlike most gachas, which is a huge plus for me. It's such a soft and cute style. I love it so much, it's right up my alley. I will say though that the gameplay is probably the worst on the list today. It's not there for you to play, it's just there to auto or watch, but you kind of would get tired of watching it. You know, similar to Azer Lane, but Azer Lane gameplay is still leagues better. The characters are top tier. The designs are fantasy themed and they do a great job of making fantasy cute. But I feel like this game lacks mommies. There are some, of course, but there should be more. I love the animated home screen art too, and the story comes with a lot of animated cutscenes as well. There aren't any skins in the game though, unlike Azer Lane. Instead, there's seasonal unit, which I think I prefer to skins, but why not have both? Why not both? Insert reference to the taco advert. Building characters is sort of similar to Azer Lane, but I think it's easier. The game already tells you who needs what, and it's really easy to play this game casually. You don't have to farm a lot if you don't want to. The events are always fun somehow too, and you never feel bad if you stop playing for a while and return to it. Pulling in Princess Connect is the most fun experience I've ever had in any gacha game. Definitely my favorite pulling animations of all time, and some pretty decent rate. Well, there's not much more I can say about it other than how much I like it. I really like this gacha. A tier for me. I said A tier, not E tier. I don't know why my A's sound like E's. Okay, Fate Grand Order. Probably the second most popular gacha I'm talking about today. Turn-based gameplay, which I like a lot. No auto button though, big minus. The character designs are, dare I say, even better than Azer Lane sometimes, but they're either hit or miss for me. Anastasia hits so hard. Shuten Doji hits so hard. Nidocris hits so hard. Molter hits the most. But man, I don't know about these ones. Now let's talk about the gacha. The gacha! Pulling in this game is pure hell. They have a pity now, but I played when they didn't. And even with pity, it's hell. Also, it's so hard to get a 4-star character. I don't know why they made it so hard. It's fucking 4 a.m. when I'm recording this. Fuck. It's sort of a grind-heavy game, at least heavier than Genshin, Princess Connect, and Azer Lane. It is unique though and draws you in for being so. Unlike the previous gachas mentioned, there isn't really a system like artifacts or gear. There's craft essences, but you don't equip your character with items to make them stronger, which is kind of a negative for me because it simplifies things a little too much. You just upgrade their skills, ascend them, that sort of stuff. There's also no dorm. I feel like it's easy to run out of things to do as well. At some point, the gameplay just gets too boring. This is a gacha game where if you stop playing, you don't want to come back because of FOMO. Also, if you play on the global server, you already know what events and characters are coming because it's like 2 years behind the Japanese server or something. And I don't like that because it ruins the surprise. There are skins, but not too many. Instead, there are seasonal units, which is really nice, but it could still use more skins too. I'll put it at a B. I love it because of the characters over anything else, but it's geared toward Fate fans, and the only Fate anime I watched was Fate Say Night, which I didn't really like. Please don't crucify me. So I'm not into the story or universe that much. Now, Grand Blue Fantasy! This is the game that I usually describe as the more complex FGO, or the most complex gacha of all time. It's so complex not only in terms of the gameplay, which can get crazy, but with builds. You have a whole grid of weapons that affects your team's damage, basically. There's so much confusing stuff in this game. If you think most gacha games are overwhelming when you first play them, you'll never stop learning things in this game, even if you've been playing for years. It actually requires full-on studying to understand some things. Now, there are actually a lot of things you can do in this game. You'll never run out of things to farm or do, which is both a good or a bad thing depending on what type of person you are. If you hate farming, it's not for you. If you're basically numb from farming after years of playing gacha games, this is exactly for you. Many people have called this game Grind Blue Fantasy, which is very real and true. There's also raids in this game. You can do them with your guilds, with friends, or with randoms. It is missing individual player PvP, but there are things is called Guild Wars, where guilds basically do PvP with each other. Yes, it's a bunch of sweaty nerds no-lifing the game to see who gets the highest score. Also, there is an in-game casino. Yes, a fucking casino. As if we gacha gamers didn't already have enough of a gambling addiction. But it's really fucking hard, so good luck doing that. You can get skins for winning though. This game has both seasonal units and a ton of skins, a perfect balance, finally. Another great thing about this game is that you can change the class of your main character, as in you can choose to be a swordsman type, paladin, archer, mage, healer, etc. There are over 70 different classes you can pick from. It's the first gacha to ever do that, I think. Don't quote me on that. This game forces you to use your main character along with your units, so having classes gives you freedom with how you want to self-insert yourself. The main characters Gran and Jita are really great though, so I have no issue with it. My favorite character of all time is also in this game, which may skew the results with bias a little bit. Just a little bit. I love Cagliostro. Aside from that, the waifus in this game are phenomenal, and there's so many characters that you probably don't even know most of them. You probably know Narmaya though. Okay, you can probably tell by how I've rambled on that this is going straight to S tier. Boom! My favorite gacha of all time. Give it a chance if you like complexity and farming. And finally, we got the Pokemon gacha. There's actually another one called Pokemon Cafe Remix, but I decided not to include it in this video, even though I have played it. I feel like it's less popular than this one. So, Masters XD is fun. It's just Pokemon battling, but not strictly turn-based and with some different mechanics. It's just different enough to make it interesting, and it's always triple battles too. The characters are from the games and anime mainly, and along with every human, you get a Pokemon. The builds are interesting and actually more complex than I expected them to be, with sync grids and stuff. It makes the game really fun. I am really bad at it though, but nonetheless, it's fun. There's even a cool little dorm thing, which isn't really a typical dorm, but it's more like a dating simulator. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's fun. The gacha is a good experience. It's not that hard to get an SSR. Also, it's very free-to-play friendly, as a lot of the non-SSR units are really good. I am a huge fan of the main screen in the Pokemon Center, where various units that you own stand around and fill the space. You can tap on them to talk to them, and it's so cute. I also really enjoyed reading the dialogue of the specific character stories in particular, where you spend a day with them. And trust me when I say it's rare that I enjoy gacha game dialogue. You can hatch eggs and choose your own partner Pokemon as the main character, but I prefer not to use the main character. The design is kind of meh, but I love the designs of the seasonal units in this game. And since there's seasonal units, that means no skins, of course. Well, technically there are alternate colored skins for some units, but I'm not gonna call those proper skins. This is like Princess Connect, where you can play it casually and not really feel too much FOMO. It's chill. I give it an A tier as well, but it shall sit slightly below Princess Connect. Phew! Well, I'm finally done. That took a little longer than I thought, but there you go. I think I learned that I might be a little bit of a side game simp. If you play any of these gachas and don't like where I placed your gacha, please don't dox me. Everything I said in this video was just my opinion. Feel free to call it either trash or based in the comments. Also, please like the video and subscribe. It would be a huge help. This is actually the first full video I've uploaded to my channel, and I usually do live streaming, so feel free to come along to one of those if you want. Thanks for watching.